welcome to your reading. So we're going to be looking at the next 2 weeks, starting with the full moon in Pisces, which happens on the 2nd of September 2020. So quite a lovely new moon, full moon. Lots of watery energy around, which should suit you great because you are a water sign. So yeah, I'm expecting good things from this reading, but let's find out, what's in store. Now, I'm not doing my usual reading. The reason being that I'm still waiting for my geomancy cards to turn up from the printers. So what I'm doing this time is I'm using the Illuminated playing cards, which I've used recently in those love readings, and I'm going to use those to populate the houses. So I'm going to use the lunar deck to do the lower half of the chart, which is in keeping with planetary sect. So this is the kind of more domestic, private, personal part of the chart, which is in keeping with the moon. And then I'm going to use the solar deck for the upper half of the chart, which is more kind of social, public kind of stuff. And then I'll round the reading off with a card from The Universe Has Your Back deck by Gabby Bernstein, and we'll have a few trinkets from the Magpie Oracle, which was created by a friend of mine, Carrie Paris. So without further ado, let's get into your reading. Okay, so let's get into your reading, Scorpio. So interesting. It looks to me as though a creative project of yours is coming good. Things are moving in a very positive direction here with the Nine of Cups in your career sector and in your 5th house of creativity, so that's nice. But anyway, let's start with that full moon. So at the full moon, we're going to have the sun and the moon in opposite sides of the zodiac, with the earth in between, as is usual. So the sun will be in Virgo, and for you that is I think 11th house, and then opposite that in the 5th house it will be the moon in Pisces. So let's start with that moon in Pisces. Now, the card that we got representing the moon is the 10 of Cups. You don't get better than that in terms of kind of the happiness factor. So I really feel as though this Pisces new moon is going to bring in some positive developments for you when it comes to things to do with creativity, children, and new romance. So yes, really good news coming in there. Things really kind of turning in your favor, possibly a nice surprise of some kind. This is the house of kind of joy and passion. So I really feel as though if you've been feeling a little bit burdened and stressed lately, if you've been a bit tired, run down, feeling like nothing's going right, you are in for a wonderful surprise at this full moon and in the 2 weeks that follow. So isn't that great news to hear? So opposite that is the sun in Virgo. Now here we've got the Two of Swords. This is the Two of Spades, and as we can see, this person is feeling a little bit blocked. They've got their hands crossed over their heart and they've got a blindfold on, so it's kind of like they're a little bit confused. They need to make a decision of some kind. Clarity is required here, and this is your 11th house of friends and social media, as well as professional associations of all kinds. This can also be political affiliations, ideological kind of collective ideological groupings, if you like, so a movement. And it seems as though there's a little bit of ambivalence going on. Maybe there's indecision within the group, or maybe you're feeling, for example, if you are doing some kind of creative project that requires social media input or a group collaboration, maybe there's ambivalence within the group. Maybe people are split on how to move forward, or it could be that you're feeling a little bit ambivalent when it comes to social media. Social media is a kind of necessary evil these days when it comes to all sorts of businesses, particularly creative ones, and not everyone's sort of up for that. It is very time consuming. It can be a little bit soulless. You can feel as though you're kind of putting out a whole lot of free content and not getting much in return. But the good news is that I think things are about to shift, and the reason that I say that is because not only do we have this lovely Wheel of Fortune / 10 of Cups in your 5th house, but we also have Mercury in Virgo during this particular full moon phase. So Mercury is exalted in the sign of Virgo, and Mercury will be here in your 11th house as well as the Sun. So I do think that if there is a person here, like a friend that you are collaborating with, this is likely to be a male figure because we are talking about the Sun here. Yeah, so I just wanted to kind of put that out there. But Mercury here in your 11th house is going to be making a series of trines to three of the outer planets that are currently in Capricorn. These are Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto. So Capricorn for you falls in your 3rd house of communication. And look here, we've got the wonderful Knight of Cups, the Jack of Hearts, in your 3rd house of communication. So this is very often a sincere message, a heartfelt apology, sort of a sweet communication of some kind of coming in. This is the 3rd house of communication. So I do feel as though if things have been a little bit kind of if there's been a standoff or a stalemate of some kind, then I think that you're going to get a message that will kind of change your mind or move things in a positive direction. And that's why we've got this lovely 10 of Cups here in your 5th house. And you know, then in your 10th house you've got the 9 of Cups. Now this is all about wish fulfillment, happiness, success, celebrations. You know, the wine is flowing, the champagne's flowing here. So in your 10th house it looks as though there's going to be a lot to celebrate. This is career and you know, career, fame and fortune. So definitely things look like they are on the up as far as career is concerned. So, you know, if you've been a little bit confused as to which way to turn when it comes to the job arena, and I do feel that with this 3 of Swords in your 2nd house of earned income, I think that things are about to kind of turn in your favor. It looks as though, you know, maybe you haven't found paid employment, but maybe a side hustle is about to come good. So definitely good news coming there. Then the other aspect that plays into this particular full moon is a trine between the Sun in Virgo and Uranus in Taurus, and on the other side the moon here will be making a sextile to Uranus. So Uranus is currently in Taurus in your 7th house of relationships. So Uranus is retrograde. So this can work in one of 2 ways. It can either bring about an internal shift of some kind, like an aha moment, a paradigm shift, a block being removed, for example, or it can indicate a return to the past or the past returning. And in this case it could be a person coming back, because we've got the 2 of Wands here, and you can see this is often about dialogue between two people. Interesting too that it's another 2, given that we got this 2 of Swords here in your 11th house. So I do feel as though, you know, if things have been a little bit blocked with regards to a friend, for example, then you know, we've got this offer coming in. But equally when it comes to romance, because this is the house of relationships, so it can pertain to love as well as to friendship, things are definitely on the up. I do feel as though breakthroughs are imminent. Romantic offers could be coming in, which is why we've got the 10 of Cups in the 5th house, as well as this Knight of Cups in your 3rd house. So it could be somebody coming back from the past, or your romantic past. So if that's something that you have been hoping for, it certainly looks like it could be on the cards. If it's a friendship that's kind of derailed a little bit, then I do see, again, through dialogue, this stalemate being resolved, clarity kind of coming through heartfelt conversations. And then if it's a business relationship, we've got the Justice card here in your 8th house. So I do think, again, that through kind of weighing things up, possibly mediation, or some kind of legal ruling, that things can sort of resume in a positive direction. We do have the 3 of Pentacles in your 9th house, which can be about legal matters, and this looks as though, you know, things are kind of moving in a positive direction as far as people working together is concerned, foundations being built here, people collaborating and sort of be willing to work with you rather than against you. So this may also pertain to whatever this 2 of Swords is here in your 11th house. So yes, I think, you know, from difficult times, I kind of think that things are moving in a very positive direction for you. at this full moon. It probably won't feel like it as you come into the energy, because you know we've got the 10 of Wands here in your first house, and we've got the 4 of Cups in your 12th house of your psyche. So this is kind of like not seeing something in your peripheral vision kind of coming in. You can see that the flowers are wilted in these vases, but there's a fresh bouquet coming in, but it's just out of your line of vision. You can't see it yet, so you're kind of feeling a bit blah at the moment. But things are definitely about to shift in a positive direction. So good news all round, Scorpio, which is great, because some of your readings, you know, in the recent past haven't been that sort of hot. You've been a little bit kind of down on the chops. So great news, very happy for you. Let's get a nice unifying message from the spirit, just to round the reading off. And of course we will get some clarifiers with the trinkets from the Magpie Oracle. Oops. Oh wow, isn't that stunning? I find a deeper meaning and personal growth amid the discomfort. And look at those wonderful lunar phases on the card. So I mean, this is, to me, is a typical kind of Scorpio card. You guys are definitely not afraid of doing the hard inner work of kind of dealing with all that difficult stuff that comes up. That's not always that easy or that nice or that light, but it really looks as though it's going to pay off, you know, given all these wonderful cards that we've got here, the 9 and the 10 of Cups in particular. I think things are really kind of looking up for you on that score, so I'm so pleased for you. But let's just get a couple of qualifying charms just to sort of round the reading off. So I think the first thing we need to do is pull a trinket for that lovely Pisces full moon. Oh wow, look at that. So this is the heart, so definitely looks like romance maybe on the cards, with this 5th house 10 of Cups. Let's pull one for the Sun in Virgo. Interesting. So we've got the Fox here. Now the Fox is similar to the 7 of Swords in the Tarot. So it could be that somebody's being dishonest or not entirely honest. And that may be why we've got that 2 of Swords here. There's a kind of a lack of clarity. It can also be sometimes about being wily or kind of being strategic. So it may be that you're having to be a little bit diplomatic, possibly with a friend or somebody in a group, and that this will kind of push things forward in a positive way. Okay, let's have a look at that Taurus, that Uranus in Taurus 7th house. Okay, so this is kind of the mountain in the Lenormand Tarot. So this is associated with kind of delays or blocks. So it does look as though, you know, when it comes to relationships, there's been a few communication blocks recently. It could also be with family. You know, we've got the Devil here in your 5th house, as well as that difficult card in your 11th house. So, you know, if so, don't worry, because good news is coming in. Communications will be resumed. Okay, and then let's have one for I just want to pull one for you for money and career, because it does look as though there's been some kind of disappointment. Yeah, the snake. So I think when it comes to money, somebody hasn't been very honest with you. The snake is obviously associated with betrayal. It can also be about things being long and drawn out, but I think in this case, because we've got the 3 of Swords here, I think that somebody wasn't very honest with you when it came to money. Maybe they overquoted you, maybe you know, you feel kind of cheated out of money when it comes to work. Maybe there was confusion about pay. Let's just pull one for the sixth house there. And this may be why you had to take somebody to court. That's what I feel, is that there was some kind of dispute, some kind of labor or job dispute or contract dispute about money. Interesting. So this is the book. Now the book is often about secrets. So given that we've got the Seven of Cups here, which is confusion plus secrets, I do feel as though somebody, a work colleague or somebody in the workplace, kept secrets from you or wasn't very upfront. So I think it's kind of mirroring this energy here of the Three of Swords in your second house. But I do think you'll get to the bottom of it with this, the Justice here in the 8th house. So if you haven't already, it might be an idea to consult with somebody from, you know, a legal person. I definitely think that they could, you know, could help you. But anyway, I hope that's been helpful, Scorpio. Do let me know in the comments if it's resonated. And if you've liked this video, it would be great if you hit the thumbs up button. Thank you so much for all your likes, shares and subscribes. I really appreciate your support, both on my channel and on my website and social media. So thank you so much. Take care, all the best. Really excited for you. Let me know what's happened over the next 2 weeks, and I'll see you again in a fortnight.